chasing not one, but two crowns. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Friday, October 8th, 2021. This update is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us.
WWE.
It is tournament time in WWE. The first ever Queen's Crown tournament is set to begin on tonight's SmackDown with a first-round match between Carmella and Liv Morgan. Also tonight, the latest edition of the King of the Ring tournament gets underway with Sami Zayn versus Rey Mysterio. Plus, SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Bianca Belair will meet up for a contract signing ahead of their three-way title match at Crown Jewel. Noam Dar is the number one contender for Tyler Bates' Heritage Cup Championship. Dar defeated Wolfgang in the final of the number one contender tournament on Thursday's NXT UK. Also, Jinny beat Emilia McKenzie and then challenged UK Women's Champion Meiko Satomura to a title match. Meiko accepted, but we don't have a date just yet. Sam Gradwell beat Mark Andrews, and we learned that Blair Davenport will be reinstated from her storyline suspension in time for next week's episode.
AEW.
The AEW Tag Team titles are on the line on tonight's AEW Rampage. The Lucha Brothers will defend against the Acclaimed. Also, a Philadelphia street fight for the FTW Championship. The title holder, Ricky Starks, versus Brian Cage. Plus, CM Punk versus Daniel Garcia. And Jade Cargill versus Sky Blue. Major League Wrestling delivered some big moments during its Fightland special last night on Vice TV, including two title changes. Alex Hammerstone ended Jacob Fatu's 800-plus day reign as MLW Heavyweight Champion. Hammerstone finished off Fatu with a TKO to win the title versus title no disqualification main event. There's also a new MLW Middleweight Champion. Tajiri dethroned Myron Reed, pinning him after a buzzsaw kick to win a four-way that also included Aramis and Eris. That's not all. MLW announced that New Japan's Will Ospreay will make his debut in the company this fall. MLW's next live event is at Philadelphia's 2300 Arena on November 6th.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
New Japan's G1 Climax tournament is rolling into the weekend with a show on Friday featuring matches in the B block. Meanwhile, back in the A block, after a slow start to the tournament, Tomohiro Ishii is now in a tie for second place in his block after Ishii beat Great-O-Khan on Thursday. Ishii also holds a tie-breaking win over the current A block leader, Zack Sabre Jr. Sabre beat Yujiro Takahashi on Thursday. Also, Shingo Takagi beat Toru Yano, and Kota Ibushi beat Tonga Loa. Kenta beat Hiromu Takahashi in a non-tournament match. Kenta will meet Sabre on Saturday. The rest of the A-block matches set for that show: Kota Ibushi versus Great-O-Khan, Shingo Takagi versus Tonga Loa, and Toru Yano versus Yujiro Takahashi. Tomohiro Ishii will face Hiromu Takahashi in the non-tournament match on Saturday. Stardom is holding a major show on Saturday, with Utami Hayashishita defending the World of Stardom title against Takumi Iroha. Also, Tam Nakano is putting her Wonder of Stardom title on the line against Mayu Iwatani.
Impact Wrestling.
We have some new matches announced for Impact Wrestling's Knockouts Knockdown special coming up on Saturday. There's going to be a four-way Monsters Ball match between Jordynne Grace, Alicia Edwards, Kimberly, and Savannah Evans. Alicia attacked Lee and Brandi Loren on last night's Impact, right after Lee, Loren, and Lady Frost had lost a six-woman tag match to Evans, Tasha Steelz, and Mercedes Martinez. We should also mention there was some tension between Steelz and Martinez during that match. Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo will be in a non-title match on Saturday night's show against a mystery opponent chosen by Purrazzo's title challenger at Bound for Glory, Mickie James. Purrazzo will pick an opponent for James at a later date. Also, Scott D'Amore has ordered that Purrazzo and James have no further physical contact before Bound for Glory. Steve Maclin will compete for the X Division Championship at Bound for Glory. Maclin pinned Petey Williams to win a three-way last night over Williams and Black Taurus and advance in the X Division title tournament. Moose and W. Morrissey are entering the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match at Bound for Glory. Also last night, Impact World Champion Christian Cage and his challenger at Bound for Glory, Josh Alexander, coexisted just long enough to beat Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, and Bullet Club's El Phantasmo, Chris Bay and Hikuleo beat Finjuice and Chris Sabin. Bay pinned Sabin with the Art of Finesse. That's just pro wrestling news for Friday, October 8th. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning, so please rate, review, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.